So today, I want to break down a real trading session for you. This was back on April 13th, and it was a day that perfectly, I mean perfectly, shows a core truth about trading that most people just don't get. It's really a story about how being wrong over and over again can somehow still lead to a big win.
All right, so take a look at these numbers. At first glance, you'd think this was a horrible day, right? A total disaster. I mean, 7 trades and I lost on 6 of them. That's a win rate of what, 14%? An 85% loss rate. Just brutal.
But here's the thing, and this is the whole point. I didn't lose money. I walked away from the screen up 9.5 points. So how on earth does that happen? That's the paradox we're going to unpack right now. How a day full of losses can still be a winning day.
Okay, to really get this, we have to walk through the trades just like they happened in real time. And let me tell you, it was a rough start, a total psychological gauntlet.
Yeah, just look at this. 6 different losses all through the morning. It was just a constant stream of stop-outs. And each one, it tests your discipline, it tests your belief in your strategy. This is exactly where most traders just fall apart and start revenge trading or just give up.
And get this, my second trade of the day at 9:47 a.m., it lasted 1 second. Literally, 1. I got in, and the market just immediately spit me back out. A complete and total rejection of my idea. No questions asked.
So you can imagine, right before I even took my 3rd trade, I was already in a hole. Those first 2 losses put me down 9.25 points right off the bat. Now this is a critical moment. This is where your psychology is really put to the test, and where having a solid system is the only thing that's going to keep you in the game.
But after all that pain, after all those little paper cuts, everything changed with one single trade. This was the one that made all the difference.
And boom, there it is. This was the turning point. My 3rd trade hit its target for a nearly 39-point gain. So in just one move, it wiped out all my earlier losses and launched me way into profit for the day. This single trade anchored my entire session.
So you might be asking, what made this trade different? Well, it was all about patience. Unlike those quick losses that showed zero momentum, this one needed time to breathe. It took almost 5 minutes to play out and hit my target. It was the only setup that day that the market fully agreed with.
Now, I want to be super clear about something. This outcome wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was all by design, and it comes down to the simple math that's baked right into my trading plan.
See, my entire strategy is built on a principle called asymmetric risk to reward. It sounds a little technical, but the idea is actually incredibly simple. You structure your trades so that one big winner can easily pay for a whole bunch of small, manageable losers. I'm not trying to win every trade. I'm hunting for the one trade where the potential upside is just massive compared to the downside. Let's put some real numbers on that. On this day, my average losing trade cost me just under 5 points. Okay, manageable. But my one single winning trade, that one brought in almost 39 points. You can already see the imbalance, right? And that imbalance, that's the whole game.
I mean, just look at this chart. It visualizes it perfectly. That single winning bar just dwarfs the tiny little bar for the average loss. It's a nearly 1-to-8 risk-to-reward ratio in action. This is the mathematical engine that lets me take a lot of losses and still come out way ahead.
So let's wrap this up. Why does this whole counterintuitive model actually work? Well, it all comes down to a few core rules that I absolutely live by.
Look, this isn't about being right all the time. It's about 3 things. First, rigid risk containment. I cut my losses small and I cut them fast. No exceptions. Second, maximizing the profit. When a trade is working, you let it run to its full potential. You don't get scared and take profits early. And third, you have to trust the method. My analysis gave me a long bias, meaning I thought the price was going up, so I stuck with that idea, even after it failed, until the market finally proved me right.
This quote right here, this sums up my entire philosophy. I am more than willing to be wrong, again and again and again, in a disciplined way, if it means I can catch one high-conviction win. My ego isn't tied to my win rate, it's tied to my P&L at the end of the day. That's it.
So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Are you chasing that feeling of being right all the time, or are you focused on structuring things so that when you are right, it really, really counts? Because for me, focusing on that second one,